Welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf. And we will go straight to incident in Pattaya. This reported yesterday about 6 p.m. This is actually, I think, more severe than any other accident. Can't really say it's more severe, but it's enough in 6 deaths.
Right.
And actually, Bangkok Business News reported 7 deaths. But most of the newspapers said 6. There were 3 Russian tourists, 1 Chinese, and 3 Thai that was killed in this boat accident. What happened was it's actually a ferry boat between Lan Island and Bali High Pier in Pattaya. On the way back to the mainland, actually, almost get to the mainland. It's only 100 meters away, and they said suddenly the water pump in the boat broke down and the engine stopped. Passengers got panic. Lots of them just run to the top deck of the boat, and that caused the boat to capsize. So the boat sank pretty quickly after it's tipped to the other side, and it took about 20 rescuers go out there in the middle of the open water, able to rescue 209 people, and they stopped searching for the missing ones at about 9 p.m. So at the end of the day, they will start the search again today because they believe there are still more under the water. And the police, after the initiative inspection, they found that this boat can take only 150 people on board. But somehow the boat operator managed to put about 230 people on the boat, which is obviously 80-90 people overloaded. And they do have the life vests, but not all of them get to wear life vests because it's obviously not overloaded more than the capacity of the boat they can take. So we've seen a lot of pictures with about 100-something passengers with life vests floating around in open water waiting for the rescuers. The officials said that the rescuers went to the scene very, very quickly, but they believe that there are still some bodies that trapped inside the boat under the water. So the rescue mission will continue today. For the injured, severely injured, about 10-20 of them, and still a lot more people that has been sent to the hospital. They are at 2 hospitals in Pattaya Memorial Hospital and Krungthep Pattaya Hospital. So, and most of the injured and most of the passengers actually Russian tourists, Russian and Chinese. And this hurt Thailand so bad. I mean, it's happened too often in Pattaya. And we talked before that they are coming up with some kind of measures or regulations in how to manage the water traffic. But this is not just the traffic, this is the safety issues because obviously it's overloaded and not enough life vests for all the passengers.
And I think at this point, they probably will have to get into the tourism court as well, because we do have now for all the cases involving tourists and such, and it lead to death. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to have to answer to this particular incident.
Capacity is 150. You cannot just put over 200 people on
Exactly.
the boat.
So you got to be a little bit more careful because once it happened, there's nothing you can do. All right, moving on to another interesting news. Like I said, apparently the robbery has been reported quite a bit now, but what we have seen, the pattern is a lot more individual are actually
took upon themselves
and do it, and it's almost like they're not really scared of what the law could do to them. In this particular case, took place in Chiang Mai, and it's quite interesting because the getaway car, or in this case, is a bike, is a mountain bike, and according to the report, they say that this particular incident, the robbery, took place using only 5 minutes. And that's including getting away in his mountain bike. So he might be quite fit. And they say that this took place in the Bangkok Bank in the Big C Don Jan of Chiang Mai. And they say that what happened was the bank opened at about 10:30 and Kun Atitaya Pahiran, the clerk, who was sitting at the counter number 3 at the time, said that this particular person, the robber, was the very first person that got into the bank. And she said that when he came in, he has one of those sanitation masks on, so she did not think anything of it. However, as you can see there, the CCTV camera were able to capture him. He started off dressing like the one on the left. So he has a cap on, he has long sleeved shirt and the black jacket and long, obviously, pants, black pants. However, later on, after he went to approach her on counter number 3, he gave her a letters or a piece of paper that's written down that in this bag, the paper bag that he has in his hand, has a bomb, and if she screams, he's gonna pretty much ignite it. And they say that detonate it. And she said that she then took the cash that she has in the drawer, which is about 23,510 baht, and gave it to him. He then put that particular bag, the plastic bag, on the counter and left. And according to CCTV camera, they say that he went to the second floor, went into the bathroom, changed to another attire, which is the shorts, wearing brown shorts and such, and pretty much went into the parking lot where he parked his mountain bike and just ride away. So at this point, the police is closely trying to find a culprit, and of course, as you can see there, the team to get the explosion has to come in, and of course, they treat it just like the bomb itself because they're not sure what's inside. It turns out that what's inside is just the 100 and the M150, which is one of those the drinks, the energy drinks that's inside the bag.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not a bomb, it's just a threat that he made. But
that's too easy.
well, yeah, but you never know, right? If you're in that
True.
situation and he said that he got a bomb, then you probably
True.
would, all right, I'm not going to look into
your
it.
life.
Exactly.
Okay. Another news is actually also robbery. This happened in Bangkok in Bang Khun Thien district, Tha Kham sub-district. When you hear Bang Khun Thien, you know, half of you will think it's not in Bangkok, but it actually is. This happened because there was a report of a Mercedes-Benz got crashed or got rear-end by the motorcycle, and these two were trying to rob the owner of this Mercedes car, but it's become the big news because the owner of this Mercedes-Benz is actually the owner of Solex International Thailand, which is the biggest lock and keys manufactured company in Thailand. So the police, this happened actually in the afternoon of Saturday, and right now the police able to arrest one of the suspects, which is 24-year-old Bulikit Sut Saat. And yesterday Bulikit had did some robbery demonstration to the police.
Reenactment of the crime.
Reenactment,
right.
And he confessed to the crime and also give up his accomplice. So the police able to issue an arrest warrant for his accomplice, which is 20-year-old, so young, 20-year-old Chaywut Pitak Kun Tak Wut, or Pam Pitak or Pam Tak Wut. That is just okay. So the arrest warrant has been issued, and this accomplice, that the suspect that hasn't been arrested yet, in his history, he actually was arrested before for having the illicit drug in possession and illicit drug and illegal weapons in possession before, and he just came out from the prison only 2 months ago. So I'm sure pretty soon the police will be able to catch the other one. So be careful out there if you got rear-ended by motorcycle, or if you don't feel safe, just stay in the car, stay locked, and call the police or call your insurance company. Don't come out, just wait there, especially if it's in the middle of the night or if it's in the middle of nowhere.
Right. And in this particular case, I got a chance to take a look at the news a little bit yesterday. It's actually this gang has done it many times before.
Oh yes,
it's
said
right?
that 11 times. They have been done this 11 times and never been caught.
Yeah.
And the woman is actually, the owner of Solex company is actually 65 years old, and they beat her up.
Yeah, and it's in the broad daylight, because she said that she thought that, it's in broad daylight, it should be fine. But that's one of the things that the culprit these days are not very, they're young and sometimes
reckless.
They just don't care pretty
Yeah.
much. And on the very same day, another woman got the very same thing from the very same gang. However, she wasn't beaten up. Exactly. And this is one of the things that's why the police is trying very hard to make this case one of the priority, because it seems like they are trying to do this a lot in their area, and the police cannot catch it 11 times. Imagine that.
11 times. I'm sure the police will be able to arrest the suspect this time. At least they got the name already.
Hopefully. Now to another assault incident, and this one is quite disturbing because it's a monk assaulting another monk.
Oh yes, I saw in the news.
Yeah, so this particular monk made the news not only because he got assaulted, but also because the fact that he's the brother of one of the famous comedian, Kun Koti. Of course, this happened in Ang Thong province, Prasayam on Lamai, which is a monk who's the brother of Kun Koti, or they call him Pra Ung in this particular, his nickname is Pra Ung. Now they say that, as you can see there, he was actually beaten by 7 culprits altogether. 5 of them were men and 2 of them were women. And they say that another person add to the bunch is Pra Buangun Wirasai, or Pra A. And they say that these 2 belong to the same temple, and in the Manang temple in Ang Thong province. They said that according to Prasayam said that he will actually have a little bit of an argument with Pra Buangun or Pra A, because he was requesting that Pra Buangun or Pra A helping out around the temple because they are having an event pretty soon. But Pra A seems to not being very happy with that fact. So, according to Prasayam, Pra A took the gang, or actually it's his relative, his nieces and her boyfriends and the gang, came into the Manang temple, and at the time, Prasayam was talking to Kun Wan Lop On Muang, another villagers around the area, and they say that as everyone jumped in on him, Kun Wan Lop tried to help. However, he got punched as well. And as you can see, it's quite severe because he got injured on his head, his arm, as well as his left hands and left legs. And they say that later on in the day, they were able to arrest 5 people altogether that were in this gang. And they say that according to the investigation, Kun Nattakan Phet Sanghan, who was the niece of Pra A, said that the whole thing started because Prasayam assaulted Pra A first, and then she could not take it, so that's why she took the gang and beat him up pretty much. And they say that according to Pra A, it started because he consulted Prasayam about throwing away some of the items that the villagers has given to the temple. And Prasayam was not very happy with it and using the broom to hit him first. And that's why he told his niece, and his niece brought the gang together. However, at this point, the police is going to have to look into this as to who say what, because it seems like they're both trying to implicate each other. But all in all, it's quite disturbing with the fact that
They're wearing a monk robe.
yeah, you know, the assault was actually, well, obviously the gang members that assaulted him is not the monk itself, but it was the monk, the fellow monk that brought on the gang to beat another monk. So tough life. It's not easy. Exactly.
What is happening to Thailand?
I know.
Okay, we're gonna take a short break. We'll come back, and somebody actually seen crocodiles in Thai Ocean. That is pretty rare.
Yep, and of course I have a lot more Southern violence, unfortunately, that happened over the weekend, so please stay tuned.